there. How am I going to, what words do I use to get them there? And then after the children know their partitions to 10, they need to be able to do this next skill, which, by the way, takes about 5 minutes. Add a single-digit number to 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. 10 plus 4 is 14. 10 plus 5 is 15. I would not recommend teaching the trick. Just put your finger over the 0 and move the number over, because that doesn't teach any mathematics. But I'll tell you what does. Why don't you open up your packet here? Everybody should have one of these. This is called the 20 bead string. Okay, and we're just going to do one. What, do you notice something interesting about the bead string? What do you notice about this bead string? Groups of 5. Anchoring 5. That's your first anchor number. That's a kindergarten skill. Okay. And everything is based around 5s. And then you have another 5. So how many do you think that would be? 5 plus 5 is, do you need to count them? Or do you just know? You just know. Well, let me ask you this. How many beads are on here? And you know what? Kindergarten children will know that too. Not all of them, but some of them, and pretty soon all of them. So we'll count them a little bit, but right now, well, I'm going to show you 10. Can everybody show me 10? By the way, the starting point is always with all beads over to the, I always got to stop and think, to the right. You're going to move them left, right to left. There's a reason for this, because you want to read them left to right. So all your work is going to be done with these so that you read them left to right, and you're going to read red beads first always, so that if everybody's on the same, I can look around and I know everybody's on the same place. Okay, so we're all here. Can you quickly show me 10? Quickly, quickly, quickly. Don't count them out. Just show them to me. Push them over. There they are. Do you see them? Did you have to count? How do you know that's 10? 5 and 5. There you go. You know what? Kindergarten children can do that. Trust me, I do it all the time with them. Right, Tina? Yes. Yeah, you have to build with some children, but you can get them there pretty quickly. All right, show me 13. 10 plus 3 is 13. See how obvious it is? I want you to put those back. And now we're going to do 10 plus 4. How many is that going to be? A lot of children will go 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Some children will know it's 14. Please show me 10 plus 5. This is very easy, and there's none of those tricks of put your finger over. It's visual. It's visual. It's even more visual if you get this. Get this one out. I've just put down the kindergarten tool now, and you'll use that tool in first grade too, but you also, now you're going to use this one. This is your major tool. What's different? Anchored by 10s now. Anchored by 10s, because it has a different purpose. Okay, could you show me 10 quickly? You can do this in first, but the real work of this starts in second, and I'll show you. But in first, after the children have used the 20, definitely you can go to this. Now, could you show me 3 more? How many? 13. Some will have to count, some will know. It is visual. Teen numbers are about 10 and some more. By the way, that's Common Core state standards. It says in there, the first thing it says about place value is to know that 17, can you find 17 quickly? 17, and you know, don't misread it. So many times you panic because you misread the Common Core. And you read, oh my gosh, they're expecting the children to do place value in kindergarten. No, it's terrible. Read what it says. It says that you want children to understand that 17 is made up of 10 ones, not 110. Read it. It does not say made up of 1, 10, and 7. It says 10 ones and 7 more ones. Can kindergarten children do that? You bet you. You bet you can. There's no problem there. That doesn't go against any problems, you know. So that's the beginning of those. Now, once those children have those skills, they are ready to use. Bead string, I talked to you about why that was important and what you can learn on it. Let me just show you. Get that 20 bead string up again just to show you how visual it is for children learning their facts. And you can use the other one as well. Let's do one I've mentioned several times, 8 plus 4. Could you show me 8 quickly? Did anybody count them out? Did anybody go 1, 2, 3, 4? Probably not. Probably not. Probably you. How did you know 8? How did you know 8?
I saw that this was 10 and I just took.
Oh, she's using her 10 string. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody using their 20 bead string? How did you know that was 8?
I used that.
Doesn't matter. That's okay.
I knew the red were 5, and then I just add 3 more onto it.
So you knew 8 was composed of, oh, she's so smart, 5 and 3 more. That's a wonderful thing to know. Okay, now, let's add 4. Can you add 4? Pretty easy to do because you see the 2 and you see the 2. And can you tell me the answer without counting on your fingers? What's the answer? 12. Because you put 2 more over to make 10 and 2 more to make 12. It's so visually obvious how to do it. Now, if I were doing a workshop on this, I'd say you use this, you use this, you use this, and then you say 8. Put up 8 again. Now I want you to pretend to add 4. And how many will it be? And the children will say, oh, well, I added 2 more to make 10 because it just calls for you to bridge 10. It screams for you to do it, you know. And then eventually you put this down and say, can you remember what it looks like? Can you put it in your mind? Can you push 8 over? Who can describe what 8 looks like? Oh, 5 reds and then, okay, so how many are left over there to make 10? There's 2. So we got 8. And now I want you to push over 4 in your mind. What does it look like? What did you push over? How many do you have? And you go through that and eventually you wean them off of this, just like we're going to eventually wean them off the empty number line.
So when you do that, do their little minds, you're using the numbers 8 plus 4.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come over here and turn yours over the other way so that you're, yeah, okay. There we go.
Do they think 5 plus 5 plus 2 then? Do they ever have that?
They think 10 plus 2. Some child will say 5 plus 5 plus 10. Yes. And some children will say 10 plus 2. One is anchoring 5, one is anchoring 10. And that's what we want. We want them to anchor 5 and 10.
But they'll link back to the 8 plus 2.
Yes, absolutely. We want them to, this is called working through 10, bridging 10, privileging 10, anchoring 10. It's so much fun in mathematics. Every professor has a different name for it and puts it in his best-selling book. And then we all wonder, what the heck is he talking about? It's all the same thing. Working through that 10. I'm going to call it anchoring because that's what the Japanese call it, and they beat us in math. So, what can I say?
So in kindergarten, we want them to be focused on 5.
Yeah.
And once they get to 1st grade,
Yeah, focus on 10. And you know what 2nd grade is? Focus on 100.
okay.
See, look at that big jump. Whew. After that, you don't need to focus. You got it. It's done. The work is done. So here is, oh, go ahead.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, using, let's say, the 50 bead, this is 50?
That's 100.
This is 100. 100 bead number line,
Uh-huh.
number string. How do you convince a 2nd grade teacher, I see this a lot in 2nd grade, who is used to using the hundreds chart procedurally to show a child how to add and subtract 2-digit numbers?
Oh, yeah.
For example, that same thing, they'll say start at 37, they'll physically teach the child, okay,
Start at 47, go down.
4
Yeah.
as a rows.
Makes perfect sense.
Columns,
Yeah.
and then
Makes perfect sense to her.
So how do you...
You have to email me and ask me for my handout called Pros and Cons of Using the 100 Chart. And then I will send it to you. Because it's a very long question. But if you show the teacher what I showed you today, which she's never thought about, you know, where are the low numbers, where are the high numbers, how can this be confused? You're expecting children to use a place value model and they don't have place value understanding, they need a sequential model first.
So maybe that's coming up, the 100 bead string.
You got it. Here it comes. Here's phase 1. Phase 1, children will be using the 100 string. By the way, these are very easy to make with pony beads and string. They don't cost very much, and I like to let the children make them themselves. And no, you cannot take these home. I know you would love to. But I need to do other workshops with them, and they took me a long time to make because I don't have any little children to do them for me. Those are the bought ones. You've got a bought one, but most of the children, you can use them. They're called pony beads, and you buy them at the Hobby Lobby. And next time Hobby Lobby has a 40% coupon off, you go buy these. And then the next week they have another one, you go buy the white ones. Don't spend much money, you know. Yeah, so this is the first thing. I'm going to give you some beginning tasks. Has everybody got one in their hand? I want you to locate... Oh, go ahead. You don't? Oh. We got them. Anybody doesn't have one, we've got more up here. Yeah, okay. Please find 43. Show me 43.
Do you ever find, because she kind of caught my attention when she said that she's left-handed. Do you ever find the kids that are left-handed try to do this backward? Or?
They do sometimes, and it sometimes can be corrected, and if it's not, you just watch for it. You're okay. As long as they're counting off 43 big beans. The reason for always starting with the red is for you, so that you can just look around and see where everybody is. And if you know you've got a lefty, I'm real partial to giving them any break that they can get, you know, because lefties are going to be very smart in math, and I want them to remember me, and they will, you know. So, you know, okay, everybody found it?